So the whole point of moving to net revenue, you have to think in terms of revenue capture. How much do you keep of the revenue paid by guests? Like, you have to know that. That can't be like something you hadn't thought about. Like, what are you actually keeping of what the guests are paying? What is the realistic optimal business mix for you? What is optimal, meaning what's going to generate the highest net revenue, and what's it going to cost you to get it? Because you have to take both factors into account. And then the last point is you get what you pay for. If your bonuses and incentives are around top-line revenue, and you guys may not be the ones who are setting those incentives and bonuses, but that's what you're going to pay attention to. And if the bonuses and incentives are around net revenue, then that's what you're going to get. And in the world going forward, we have to have a focus on net revenue because we're getting eaten alive. And you look at Alibaba and Facebook and Google and Uber and all these guys, they're coming after this industry because they're just lining up at the trough because they've seen how much money has been made by everyone else. And that means your money. That means they're taking money from you. So the only way that you can really combat this is to tightly manage it, and you take the opportunities that really make sense for you, and you limit the expenditures that are expensive. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with third-party business. OTA business can be fine, but optimal business mix for some hotels, OTA business is 5%, and for some it's 25%. And you have to know that, and you have to look at what's the demand in your marketplace, and you have to see what you can cherry pick to get the best mix of business that's the highest profit margin for you. So you can't just get business that comes into your market. You want the best quality business that comes in your market. So we're working with, on Kalibri Labs, and we work through the American Hotel and Lodging Association, and we work through many industry, HSMAI and HAMA and HFTP and a lot of these other industry organizations to try to get benchmarks and thumb rules, and we're launching a platform now to be able to enable hotels to track that, because we can't operate with legacy thinking in a digital world. I mean, we can't think analog and operate in the digital world. We have to operate in the digital world, and we have to know more than those that are bringing us the business. You have to know how much business is out there. You have to make a conscious decision. I'm capping my business at this amount, and I'm not taking more of that. And you have to be prepared to spend money to fill in and do the other things. So conferences like this and Triptease I give tremendous credit for, to provide some of the tools that you can use to try to ramp that up. And some of it is on the margins. I mean, I'll just wrap up with one example, and I promise I will stop. If your hotel has 10 million in room revenue, 1 point of improvement in revenue capture is worth 100,000. So a few points, 2 or 3 points, and all of a sudden you're at something like 300,000. And this is not unrealistic for a relatively small hotel to be able to see that kind of improvement. So you really have to think you're responsible to hang on to every dollar that comes into your hotel. So it's not just you may not even want to get more occupancy. You may not even have to increase your revenue. You just increase the quality of that revenue. And sometimes that alone can make a difference to improved contribution. So anyway, with that, I will thank you all very much for your attention.